Hey everybody, I just wanted to let you know that this baby girl has cured. Now, I did not do a perfect job on this first time epoxy, but it will suit my needs. It is a beautiful piece. I wanted to go over a couple of things that I feel are important. I did tape with painter's tape on the back to be able to pull it off. I got that tip from Olga Solby for paintings. However, I discovered that I still had a lot of work to do. So let me go ahead and lift you up and show you, talk to you face to face. And I need my coffee, it's over there. So let me open this up, get you. Still, guys, you got to totally excuse my appearance because I have just, I've had a tough week. And I haven't gotten in the shower since I think Thursday or Friday. And I'm about to head out around 9 o'clock. So I might jump in one, but it's really cold out and I don't want to freeze my already knotted hair. So anyway, so yeah, I'm a mess. I'll deal with it. So what I did is I flipped this over today because I wanted to check on those high points. I also had a lot of very sharp edges. So there's something that I continued to research today about that and, mistakes that you make and whatever. And I found a channel. I don't know who they are. I don't know. It was random. And it was to use moving tape on the back of your counters or your tabletops that the epoxy won't stick to it and it just peels right off. Well, that's good because I don't want to get involved with doing that. I did not use a sander, a mechanical sander. I just used myself. And what I did is I found some 100 grit and I just folded it up and went to town. But before I did that, I used this scraper to get the high points off. This worked. I tried to use a razor blade scraper. I tried to just use a razor blade. This guy does a good job. That reminds me I need to clean it off because I used it. So 100 grit. Put a little alcohol in there. And I scraped the high points off, and I did that pretty quickly. I was pretty impressed and happy about it because I didn't want to be here all day doing that. But I want it done because I want to move it downstairs. Oh, that's not me. Okay, good. So I just want to make sure the dust's off of it. So I got the high points off, and then I went back with the 100 grit, folded it up, and just made sure there were no sharp edges and no really crazy high points because I want it to be pretty level on top of the table that we're using it for. So scrape and then sandpapered, and then I went back with some water on a paper towel, wiped the excess dust off, and then I went back with some alcohol, wiped that off so it was extra non-dusty, and then I flipped it over and I cleaned the top with the alcohol. So that may be a pro tip. I definitely will do epoxies again, and I will do that, and I'll let you know how that goes. But this is a lot of fun. So if I want to do more practicing, I can still practice on this table if I wanted to, but I do want to use it. And I could use a sander and grit it down and put another coat of epoxy on it. But as of right now, I'm really just happy with the way it is. It'll do the job for our coffee table. And I'm going to take I'll sit on the edge that isn't as good because there's, some low points. The edge over here on Wayne's side is perfect. So preparation is key. There's another thing that I learned on that channel that I don't know. Maybe I'll go find it and link it so you can take a look. Everything else that they say was like, I don't know. But these two tips: put a dam on the table that you're working on. So take some wood and put a dam on it. Because I did have a lot of overflows. My supply cabinets are epoxied now and so forth. So put a dam around your project so that, because it's going to flow. That's what it does. It's a flowy thing. This thing came out so beautiful. I'm just blown away. And I'm really happy that I was brave enough to go ahead and get into it because I'm going to look at this in a whole nother light. And this could be a game changer for my artistic endeavors because I could get into contracting work. I could do countertops and tabletops and all sorts of interesting things you can do with epoxy, and I would like to explore it. So I'm finding that fun. So I'm going to go ahead and lean you down, and I hope that this is helpful to you if you're getting into epoxy. Just let you know. I just wanted you to be aware of what I used and how I did it. It literally getting the high points off and sanding it, even manually, only took 15 minutes. So I just had to do it. You know what I mean? Instead of looking at it being like, no, it's too much. So then I got to put my equipment away. But let me go ahead and get you close to her. And so you can have another look. I will take a picture of it when it's in place with our little dice table on it and whatnot. And maybe I'll just pull you right out of here. That's what I'll do. So I can show you. You might be able to see in the sunlight some of the mistakes. You see those edge? That edge? That's like that over here. Pretty much all the way. Over here it's not so bad. It definitely flowed over this way better. But there's a couple of little divots and low points. I'm not worried about it. This is okay. And it's not a pro job. I wasn't planning on doing a pro job, and I didn't do this for a commission or something like that, because if I did, then I'd have to go back and do more epoxy and keep working on it. But this will suit us. See if you can catch any of the imperfections. It's really hard to see it. And it helps that I have a lot of design underneath it. But here's a couple of little air bubbles I didn't quite catch. And the edges aren't perfect except for one side. Or two sides. This side and this side. They're perfect. If you had like a circular sander, you could really get crazy. Making this super, but there's no sharp edges. No one's going to get cut sitting at the coffee table, so that's good because the epoxy dries pretty sharp. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to hopefully get this together. I got to clean up in here because now I have sawdust or epoxy dust and high points and tape all over the place and epoxy all over the floor. And I got to get that cleaned up. So with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope those couple of tips help. I definitely highly recommend you go to Stone Coat Countertops YouTube page and learn if you're interested in this, because they do really great tutorial videos, and it's pretty amazing. So I wish I had watched more before I started this project, but because I would have dabbled with the paintbrush to level it out, and it would have made it even more flawless on the top, but I didn't do that. And that's okay. Everybody's got to learn somewhere. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you on the other side. Bye.